Bada bing, bada boom. You know what it is. CEO Geeks signing in, Geeks chat with undefeated prospect, 4-0, the best fisherman in MMA, Cody Chovancek. Let's go. Welcome to the Geeks chat, brother. How you doing?
Pretty good, bro. How you doing?
Pretty good, bro. Must be feeling nice coming off a clean knockout, second round, left hook. I know you were quoting it after that Alex Pereira left hook. How you feeling, bro? Was that how you saw that fight going?
I thought I was gonna get the finish, and like I just started catching on the openings towards the end of the first. Like I took a little bit to feel him out, and then towards the end of the first, I started feeling like I'd see those openings, and I felt I was a little faster in there. I know I got power, and then D Marks, my striking coach, was telling me all camp like he always tells me I got power. I just got to set it up and find the openings, and yeah. And well, like I talked in the corner to them, and they were telling me to wrestle. I'm like, I can see the openings there. It's there. And then they're like, all right, go for it. So it paid
Yeah.
off. Paid off.
100%. And for the people that don't know, obviously we'll highlight a little bit. Obviously you were fighting at 45 for a little bit, and then this was kind of like your debut. You could say, it was a mutual agreement to get down to 35 as close as you could. So a lot of questions.
Right on the dot. I was 135 right on the dot. The
Let's
commission
go.
trouble about, oh, it's your first time coming down. I'm like, I'll be there. I'll be on weight. Nobody from Niagara top team misses weight. Like I made sure that was a statement I told them. But they were giving me some grief about it because they usually do. I guess any fighter that's coming down a weight class, they usually they give them a problem. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So I mean, yeah. I mean, so going into that fight, obviously there's a lot of questions, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what is he gonna look like at 35? Is he still gonna have this power? It's what the commentators are all saying.
yeah.
But clearly it translates right there. I know going through camp, obviously every fighter goes through things through fight camp. How was going through fight camp, and how was that weight cut to 35 for the first time?
Honestly, the weight cut to 35 was better than I thought it was going to be. Just because I was like thinking about the tubs the whole time, thinking about doing that weight cut. I was so like well prepared and so disciplined with it that it came off pretty good. Like of course any weight cut sucks, but I felt like I thought it was going to be worse than what it was. And when I was doing it, I was like, you know what? It's honestly not that bad. I was lucky enough that David Goggins came on Joe Rogan podcast like the day before, so I just had that shit playing the whole time when I was in the tub. Just David Goggins in the background saying, "I got shit to do."
That's fine.
Just motivation to get through it. So
Yeah, that'll get you through it. Yeah, so the fight camp rolling through, it was all smooth, nothing.
going through too, like yeah, obviously when you start to come down in weight, like you get little injuries here and there. You just gotta go through the recovery process and like just trusting your team, and we're putting in the right work. We're training hard every day. We're training twice a day every day. So of course those little nicks and bruises are going to come along the way. You just got to take time to recover them and then just get right back to it. I guess it was good camp though. Like it was good camp for sure.
Fire. So what's the plans next? Like, what are you looking at? Are you looking at a quick turnaround? Are you trying to find an opponent already? Do you already have a matchup that you want to discuss, or what's kind of your plan next? The best fisherman.
I'm looking at April. I think April. We're trying to find a date in April. We got a couple names. We're trying to solidify a fight there. So I'm hopefully one of these guys say yes. So
Yeah.
I don't have anything to release yet for the people, but it's coming soon. Fight news coming soon for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, 3 out of 4 finishes. Obviously, looking like he's got crazy power at bantamweight, so it's gonna be hard to find a guy to sign that dotted line. But I'm sure he'll get back in there soon, real soon. Uh, let's talk about Niagara top team a little bit because or actually no. Before we drop that topic down, we're looking at the fighter of the year, rookie of the year from BTC. So how was
Yeah.
that whole banquet, bro? Did they give you your roses and all that kind of stuff? How was that banquet? And congratulations, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. A big thing of flowers and whatnot. No, it was sick though. I was honored to win fighter of the year. Honestly, like I kind of thought I was gonna get rookie of the year, but I didn't think I was gonna get fighter of the year. That's huge, man. Like tons of like veteran fighters on there too, and just 4 fights and 3 finishes spoke for itself, I guess. But I'm just super grateful and thankful that they hooked it up.
Yeah.
It's
I
awesome.
mean, dude, you and your whole team is like on the rise right now. I mean, Niagara top team. I know you guys are starting to pump more content out. People are starting to like get a better feel of like what's going on in there. I know you're coaching.
Yeah.
How's that been going? I know you've been coaching a lot. Like, you've been coaching
Yeah.
almost every day. It is.
No, I coach Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I actually just came from Muay Thai, and we got 10 guys fighting on a card in March 3rd. So we're amping up the practices and everything. But yeah, it's a solid group. Like tonight was a big class, and everybody's eager to learn, and I'm excited to be coaching there. It's a big opportunity, and I'm just rolling with the punches. Like we're just getting better as we go. So
Yeah. I mean, shout out Chris. I mean, everyone, all the fighters in the gym, every post fight press conference, whatever it is, it's always praise for Chris. You only hear great things about him.
and Mark, I praise him after every fight interview I have, or every interview I have. I'm always praising them. So it's huge, man. What they've done. Even I just posted about it just the other day, but it's crazy where it's come from. And I'm one of the lucky ones to be there from the start, see where it's come from. It's crazy, man. These two guys, they had an idea and they brought it all together like the yin and the yang, salt and pepper, little sweet and salty action. Like it's perfect. They got the perfect combo going there. So
Fire. Yeah. So is your plan to ride out with Jasmine to her next fight too? Is that kind of like how you guys are gonna go about it? Both you guys back and forth?
I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to set it up. But yeah, it's looking like we're gonna do a team trip down for Mike and Jazz's fight. It's gonna be
Yeah.
sick. We before, so I'm pumped for it this time.
Yeah, dude, that's like a Canadian card, bro. They have like all Canadians on that thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. Pumped.
Dude, that's gonna be pumping sick, dude. So let me talk about these fish that you're catching, bro. Because the best fisherman in MMA's got to spew a little bit about what's going on in the waters, you know?
But I'm
Dude,
always on the fish. What
dude,
can I say? Best fisherman in MMA, hands down. There's not an argument about it. Like, show me one of these guys. We'll compare PBs, personal bests, and yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't see another guy out there catching a ton of fish, like quality fish. I know there's a couple guys in the ocean fishing and whatnot, which is sick too. I haven't done any of that, but freshwater, I got it on lock around here. I feel like
dude, I
pretty.
mean, religiously posting pictures fishing. I mean, it's constant motion at this point. So what's the whole technique with this, bro? Because no one knows. Like, I was on your story, I was seeing you cut a hole in the ice, right? You've got like a tent, right? And you're fishing for walleye. So what's the whole process in that? Bring me through like fishing for walleye. How do I catch one of those?
Okay, so I'm going out. You're going out walleye fishing, right? You're going out on a lake. You want to find some safe ice, preferably. But the thing is, no ice is ever safe. So you got to get your spud bar. You're walking out, finding some safe ice. So you're like punching a hole as you go, like with this long piece of steel, just to check the ice ahead of where you're walking. Right? You go out. I use an app called Navionics, and it's a topographical map, so you can kind of see the bottom contours and everything, and you want to set up on a nice shoal, like which I'm using a bunch of words that you guys probably don't do know, you'll understand. Go to a shoal or like um, kind of like troughs or where you think fish are going to be pushing through. You drill your hole, you set up, and yeah, you get your. I use a flasher. Lots of guys have different fish finders, and you'll see your lure on the fish finder on the flasher. You're just jigging it up and down, and you just wait for those fish to come through. And if you're not really getting a lot of fish coming through, then move and go set up somewhere else. But that's the technique for fish and walleye on the that I use.
So you find a good spot and then it's just like a simple bobbing technique. It's not like
So like actually on my fish finder, you actually see your lure as you're jigging it up and down. You'll actually see your lure. So you just continuously jig until you see a fish come off the bottom, and it'll just be like a little line. It'll come up underneath your lure, and then you just try to raise them up, or just jigging it in their face, and then they'll just dummy it, and then you got them. But
gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
been
what's
there this year for sure. I think I've been out three times or 4 times. I got 15 the first day, uh, with a new PB, 31-inch walleye, definitely over 10 pounds, like giant, biggest one I ever caught. And the next day I went out 24, and then the last time I went out I caught 22. Yeah, or
Damn.
20. Yeah.
Jesus. How long are you sitting on that ice for, bro?
All day, bro. I'm in there. I'm in a heater. I'm in an ice hut. It's an insulated ice hut, so I got the heater going beside me. I got my fish finder. I got food. It's warm. I'm like fishing in a sweatshirt. So everybody thinks you're out ice fishing, freezing your bag off, but really you're sitting there warm. Sometimes I even fish in a t-shirt. Like,
Damn. That's crazy. So what's your favorite type of fish to catch though, if you had to pin it down? It's like you can only catch one type of fish the rest of your life.
oh, rest of my life, that's tough. Probably steelhead, to be honest. Like a lot.
Steelhead?
Steelhead's big in Niagara, so I do a lot of that too. Uh, Now, if I were to just pick a fish without being the only fish I could fish for, it'd be a muskie. They're the toughest fish to catch, though. Like, they're a grind. You go muskie fishing, you know it's going to be a grind. But yeah, for steelhead, like, you got action-packed days, and steelhead fight like no others, so
Yeah.
they scrap.
So you've been bringing the whole gang out to the rocks and whatnot and teaching them how to do all this kind of stuff?
Yeah, I brought out Chris, Alex, my buddy Maddie, my buddy Carter. Like, I put them all on the first salmon last year, so that was pretty sick. There's nothing like, I really enjoy that, bringing somebody out and they're listening to the techniques I'm telling them, and then they get on a fish. It's like I'm catching the fish, right? Yeah,
Basically, right? At that point, it's like once you get it on, it's just don't mess it up, right?
yeah, exactly.
But dude, let's break into some predictions here because I'm not going to take too much of your time. So let's get some predictions going. I got two in particular. One coming up at 135 now since you're going to have to start answering questions at Bantam. So let's get into this. Cheeto versus Corey.
Cheeto all day. Okay, let's break it down here. I'm a big Cheeto fan, so I'm hoping Cheeto wins. He's got good pressure. He's got good chin. Now Corey's pretty unpredictable too, though, right? He's got big KOs, and I think for the game plan for Cheeto would be just to stay in his face and kind of like not let him get off too many of these flashy, like, don't give him room to create these big flashy knockouts or big jumping knees or spin kicks or whatever. Keep the pressure on him. Maybe he's gonna look to wrestle, or who knows. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Cheeto for that one. That's a game plan I would go in if I were to fight Corey Sandhagen.
Dude, yeah, and they're putting him in the apex too, bro. So Cheeto's going to be able to really like get his steps in, you know?
Yeah, it's gonna be a smaller cage, right?
Yeah, dude, let's go. I'm a big Cheeto fan too. So that's a W. That's a W. Rider with you on that one. All right. And then Aljo Cejudo looks like it might pan out.
Oh, that's scheduled.
Well, it might pan out. It looks like they're looking at it. Either way, you know, we could do Aljo Cejudo or we could do Aljo Sugar next.
Aljo Cejudo. That's a tough one too. You're not giving me any easy ones here, but oh, Cejudo on that one. Just because I feel like the grappling aspect, he has the edge. He's an Olympic, a former Olympic champion, right? And he has a striking edge too. Like, I like this. He mixes it up well. So I'm gonna go with Cheeto on that one. Or no, Cejudo. Cejudo.
All right. Now, if it was Aljo and Sugar,
Sugar Sean all day.
oh my gosh, bro. How could you be such a good Cheeto fan and then be such a Sugar fan at the
Oh,
same time?
just you know what? I didn't like O'Malley at first, and just because I was like, who the fuck is this guy? He's gonna get knocked out by these guys, or like he's not really a top five guy. But like watching him more and more and seeing like him off camera, or like kind of off camera, like not on the big press conferences and shit, like how he actually thinks about the sport and trains, he's pretty sick, and he's definitely a high level guy. So I just like some of the similar thought processes he has, I guess. But I'm gonna go with O'Malley on that one.
All right, for sure. All right. Well, last thing I want to ask, this is what we've been asking everyone after these interviews recently, bro, because it's kind of like a hot topic and people, you know, sometimes feel some type of way about it, dude. How do you feel about this new Dana White slap league?
I think it's a joke, to be honest.
Dude,
Like,
for real.
I think it's a joke, but hey, if these guys want to go out there and get free brain damage and get paid. What did the guy say? He got paid 2,000 and 2,000 was his offer. You want to go get free brain damage for a chump change? Then hey, go for it. If you're the best slapper out there, then and that's your thing, that's your niche, and you're chasing your dream, hey, then I'm all for it. But personally, I think it's a joke.
Yeah, we'll see how long it lasts. I mean,
Kind of, I don't know. It kind of sucks that Dana White's pushing it so hard, and he's like, oh, this was just like the Ultimate Fighter was, and blah blah blah. But hey, people are gonna have their thing, right?
yeah, it's kind of a bad look if you ask me, but yeah, man, it's definitely something different, man. I mean, 2000 and 2000, and then imagine you lose the coin toss, bro. Like, bro, what the?
Just get slapped in the face. You see, buddy, that one in Vegas, his like his face was so swollen, and he's literally getting slapped by this guy, and these guys are like slapping so hard, it's crazy.
Bro,
And he's grabbing his head like in pain after every slap. It's like, holy fuck, man. And then he just doesn't tap out and then wins the whole comp. So
dude, the worst thing to about it to me, bro, is like when they get knocked out, right? And their eyes are like rolled back in their head, and then like everyone just kind of gets on a knee and like looks at him, and they're like, "All right, you got 30 seconds." And it's like, it's like, Doug, are you fucking kidding me right now,
so
bro? He's dead.
yeah, like that's fucked up. I seen it a little bit of it on UFC Fight Pass, but yeah, it just I was just laughing at it because I'm like, these guys are actually talking about this like it's something. It got
Yeah.
the whole scene behind it and everything, and they're like hyping him up. Oh, look at the size of his hands, or look how long his arms are. He's gonna be a good slapper. It's like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, bro. Dana White's in the back room and he's like, I like him. Like, let's let him slap into the house. Like, let's let him. He's a
They
tough
got
guy.
that's awesome.
All right, bro. Well, it was good chatting with you, bro. You got any shout outs you want to shoot out to anybody, before we get out of here?
Um, just shout out to my team, everybody I'm training with. We're putting in the work all the time. Shout out to my coaches, Chris Prickett, Matthew Marcantonio, Andre Grambois. We're just keep putting in that work, and some fight news will be coming soon.
Let's go. Everybody, stay tuned for the best fisherman in MMA. We got Cody Chovancek tuning in. I mean, it's 4-0 season, undefeated season, contender series coming up. I mean, be on the lookout. This is Canada's next prospect at 35. So let's get it. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get it.